All right, everybody, welcome back to the final run of Launch Party. It's been a really wild ride, but coming in to close out the ninth inning, to put it away, to lock it down, to send us all to bed happy, Jake F. Some numbers, my friend and yours. How's it going, Jake?
What's going on, buddy?
You
What up,
excited?
dog?
Yo, CC and CJ, my two homies. I
Hell
am
yeah.
incredibly nervous.
Nah, you'll do great.
Famous last words.
I have not had as much time to prepare for this run as I would like to. Yes, that is in fact a 6505 mini head right behind me. But yeah, so I haven't had as much time to prepare as I'd like to, but if anything, it'll be like SStat, and it'll be comedic, if anything.
At least we'll put on a good show.
And in case the worst happens, because we all know, we've all seen Oats and Goats run this at, various GDQs. I do, in fact, have safety saves in case I die to Fantoon.
Thank you.
Thank God.
Okay.
All right. And the way that we're going to play this is that, Jake, you're going to tell us when to turn the poll off.
The poll will end when Mother Brain's head hits the ground after she is dead.
Alrighty. We
Noted.
Keep an eye
So
on
you
that.
have 99% of the run to keep getting those donations in. I also want to point out that in one less day and no overnights, we are we're about $800 away from what you guys raised at SStat.
Yeah, no, we're well aware that this
So
is
That's so
insane.
crazy.
Like I feel the need to point that out to not to you guys, but to like everyone watching. It's like that is ridiculous. Like seriously, everyone who's donated, thank you so much, donating to such a great cause.
Yes, thank you all. Every single one of you out there in chat, thank you guys so much.
All right,
Let's
so
see how far we've come. All right, great. Jake,
let's
count-
let's get this show on the road. So starting in 3, 2, 1, go. All right, so this is Super Metroid 100%. You've seen this run multiple times. There's not going to be really anything different from the last time you've seen it at any kind of marathon, but it's going to be a lot less competent runner doing it. But yeah, so this is Sari Station. This is, the introductory part where we're just running from to a distress call to find out what's going on because the station that we just left is exploding. And then we come across the baby. And Ridley's going to come in and try and take away the baby from us, which is going to succeed. And we're just going to stand here and take some damage because, who wants to fight this thing? But yeah, so you'll also notice to the bottom right of my camera, you'll see a little hand cam. I figured it would be a nice little thing. It's like you can see just kind of how demanding this game can be in certain spots. And if it ever goes out of frame because I lean or something, just feel free to yell at me.
Will do.
All right, so this is a series escape. We're trying to get off this place before it explodes. I wonder if we'll make it. All right, so you'll have noticed while I was running through Sari Station that I was just flailing my arms around. That was something called arm pumping. That moves Samus a pixel forward every time you do it. It saves a couple seconds of the course of run if you do it consistently. But, it's a nice thing to do. You will notice that I never do it down like 99% of the slopes in this game because it actually just has a chance to just knock Samus off of the slope and just fall. There's a small handful of like slopes that don't do that. It's really strange. Yeah, so now we're on to ZB Zeba's however you want to pronounce it. No one really knows for sure. We're going to start our adventure on taking out Ridley and Mother Brain and all of their other companions, I guess. So in this room, we'll be showing off the tech found a couple years ago called moonfalling with the moonwalk. Oh, and I just screwed that up, but that's fine. You'll see it again in this room. Using the moonwalk ability, angling down, and then spin jumping off of the ledge actually just breaks the fall speed cap, so we can just fall infinitely. Like, you gain speed however long you fall. So you get, like, the longer you fall, you'll just keep getting faster and faster and faster until you eventually hit the ground. If you haven't seen the task, I recommend watching this because it actually gains so much speed at one point that it clips through the floor to get to some power bombs early. So we're grabbing the first item, the morph ball. This unlocks, morphing into a ball, but it unlocks a little thing called mock balling, which you'll see in a couple minutes, which lets us keep our running speed in ball form. Really good. Let's sequence break the game. Is it ZBs or Zebs? That's a good question. If anyone has the answer, please feel free to,
I've always called it Zebus.
I've gone back and forth. Like, whatever someone says to me, I just say that back. Because even
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
just like,
tit for tat.
yeah, I'm just like, I don't know.
Yeah, that's fair. I don't feel so strongly enough about it.
All right.
By the way,
No, go right ahead.
yeah, we have a $100 donation from CJ.
Whoa.
CJ says,
CJ.
I'm so proud of all of you.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, CJ.
Thank you, CJ. All right, so this is the climb. This is the first, like, pretty difficult room in the game because of all the wall jumping you have to do just to get up top of this room. So you notice as I'm coming up here, I'll be angling down every time I hit this ledge. So when you spin jump, whenever you touch the ground, it actually takes, like, you have to fall a little bit in order for Samus to actually touch the ground and keep moving. But if you break your spin early, you can actually touch the ground faster, which allows you to more fluidly move along. So we got our first little mini boss here. There's going to be Bomb Terizo. Nothing really difficult. I'm actually just going to stand in an actually decently precise spot. It's not super hard to line up with. And he's just going to step over us. And what this will do is he'll actually just jump back without me having to move. Alright, so all that takes is 5 regular shots and 7 missiles. Man, alright, so I'm gonna need some people to donate for Kill the Animals. I don't care if save wins at this point, but let's keep this race close, guys. Come on now. Oh, and I messed up the first hard trick in the game. So that was the Alcatraz escape. It's not super hard to figure out once you learn that when you wall jump, all it takes to morph is pressing down on the D-pad once, and then you'll morph instead of normally having to press it twice. So these are a couple of the slopes in the game where you can actually arm pump down and not, like, fall off. Again, it's just weird that it only works for some of these. Anyways, up next in this next room, we have our first sequence break of the game. We're going to mock ball to get supers early. I'm just gonna come on down here. So normally you would need the speed booster in order to get to these super missiles, but we can just mock ball right on past them. So you see, this is my favorite song in the entire game. Alright, so we're going to come in here. We're going to grab the first of 4 reserve tanks. All right, who missed these missiles as a kid? Show of hands. All right, so we're gonna go for a muck ball on our way back out. I actually might have jumped a little bit too early. Oh no, okay, cool. So that muck ball is pretty tight. You actually have to jump decently low, like at a pretty certain spot through that door. You've never played this game, AP. I'm disappointed in you. Oop. Alright, so I'm going to tilt everyone off the face of the planet in this room. Everyone is going to be upset. Alright, we're just not going to grab that right now. I hope everyone's happy that I just passed up a missile pack.
I'm sure somebody is tweaking right now, but we'll get to it.
Don't worry, we'll come back in an hour to grab that. Something like that. I wish I was kidding.
That's really funny. So, I'd also like to point out that Ice Age donated $200 to kill those animals.
Yo!
Which means that we have officially passed our goal of $3,750.
Let's go.
Which means the mockumentary incentive has been met.
Let's
Ice
go.
Ice Age is out here making sure those animals are dead.
Deader
Against the
than
will
dead.
of the people.
Saving the frames.
Thank you so much for donating, Ice Age. That will go a long way to helping a lot of kids' lives. If CJ were here, what? No, whoa, now!
I can hear that in his voice.
It happens. It happens.
Oh man. All right, so we're gonna be heading on to Kraid. Normally, you would have to go down into Norfair and grab the high jump boots, but we're not gonna do that. We don't need them. First, we're gonna just break those 3 super blocks so we can jump across. And who needs high jump boots? Surely not me. Not yet, at least. Alright, so let's see how much of a fraud I am and see if I can actually get Kraid quick kill. If I don't, everyone can laugh at me. It's fine. Alright, so this is the first boss of the game. But for me, it's sometimes a final boss because I reset here a lot. Alright, cool, we got it. So with being in a certain spot and firing 2 missiles, one missile to make Kraid open his mouth, and then the other one to hit him, with a precisely timed super missile, you can actually stun lock Kraid, so he leaves his mouth open long enough for you to get 2 more supers in for the kill. I can't remember that little bomb jump I did at the start of that. I don't remember who I saw do that first, but it's like a setup to get into that position that I didn't learn until last year? No, like 6 months ago, I think. Oh, okay, well. Okay, cool. If you don't jump out of there immediately, those guys can actually body you, and you can get stuck there for a minute. It's fun times. You have plenty of time to sway the balance into Save's favor. Alright, so now we're finally heading on down to Norfair. We are going to be grabbing High Jump, and then we're going to be heading all the way over to the Bubble Mountain area to grab all those items over there before we leave again. Yep. So, a little thing I'm doing right there, as I'm running off the edge, is a thing called down backing. It's essentially what it says on the tin. As you walk off a ledge or unmorph, you can hold down and then hold away. And Samus will just keep her forward momentum. Alright, so we're grabbing High Jump. So you're going to be hearing that item fanfare quite a lot. I believe, if I remember correctly, it is 11 minutes of item fanfare throughout the entirety of the game. All right, here's another check for people who got these missiles as a kid. Raise your hand if you missed them. $11 does seem short, but I think someone did the math, and I think it's 11. Alright, so this is Bubble Mountain. We're doing this the unintended way. Actually, screw it. I'm not going to worry about it. Normally I kill that guy for a super, but I have to farm up here anyway, so it doesn't matter. Not the missiles by Speed Booster. Oh, you mean these ones? So these are another set of slopes that you can actually arm pump down. Another cheekily placed set of missiles. Now we're getting Speed Booster. I bet you can't guess what that does. This game is very fun. I will say that as someone who speedruns it, I'm making the game look a lot faster than it is. The controls, and a lot of people complain about this, they are a little bit floaty. But really it's really not all that floaty once you get the hang of it. So now I got the wave beam. Now we can actually shoot through walls. We're wall hacking. Quick. No one tell CS:GO players. Yeah, for those of you who've only ever seen 80% runs, you are seeing something much different. Alright, so normally the natural progression of this game would have us going down to Kruckmeyer, getting grapple, getting some items down there. But in the route that I'm doing, which is the fastest route, also the harder route, we're just not going to go down there yet. We're going to come back later. Now, I want to say, I learned this route a couple years ago when it was still newer, specifically because I did not like the Kruckmeyer fight without Plasma Beam. So I learned this route out of spite, even though it's harder. So we're heading on over to grab Ice Beam. Normally, in the early Kruckmeyer route, you would not grab this just yet. you would grab this on your way back down to go to Lower Norfair. Spite is in fact a wonderful motivator, but it also has a stupid, like, pixel perfect trick in it. All right, so this is the ice escape. This is a little bit hard to do. Yep. All right, so if you do this fluidly, you freeze those two guys and shoot that door open, so you can get a mock ball to get underneath this gate. All right, so now we are heading up to the wrecked ship, where the only real difficult section of the, like, I shouldn't say difficult, I should say dangerous section of the run is. In Old Route, which is early Crocomire, oops, well, I guess I'm not going for Alpha Spark, so I'll have some extra health. In early Croc, you have an extra E-Tank. But in this route, we have one less E-Tank, because we don't go down and fight Crocomire, and he guards an E-Tank. So we're just a little bit shorter on health. Alright, so we're going to be climbing up Red Tower, which is a lot more difficult than going down it, obviously. But ice makes it just a little bit simpler. Without ice, you actually have to do a pretty difficult shot. Alright, so I think that's the second time that I've done that, but that's a damage boost. So if you jump in, if you get hit by anything in this game, and then hold away from Samus, and then hold jump, you'll actually just damage boost backwards. It's a really cool mechanic. Alright. Show hands who got these missiles. I'm going to be doing that a lot, because this game is mean.
Lots of hiddens.
The only piece of advice I ever give casual players with this is, remember you have X-ray scope, if they already have it. If they don't have X-ray scope, I don't say anything.
Mm-hmm. What? No, whoa now! I wanted to hop in to say that Ice Age has secured his lead.
What did he do?
And Ice Age donated $177.
Holy, whoa!
What? No, whoa! Now, to bring us up to $4,000.
Holy shit! Ice Age! Oh my god!
Thank you, Ice Age.
Thank you so much.
That officially doubles our original goal, putting us at $4,000 raised for St. Jude's Children's Research Hospital. I'm not leaving the bathroom. CJ's gonna spend the night. So, yeah. Unless chat wants to raise another $250 to save the animals, I think we can safely say we are killing those animals. But you know, don't let your dreams be memes. You know, if you are so inclined to save those animals, you're gonna have to put up $250, but you can do it.
All right, so
where's Rizu at? Where's PETA?
I will ask for a little bit of serious time because I'm about to fight Fantoon, and this is a difficult fight just because I'm at low HP, and the strat in this route is pretty difficult. It's a strat called the Doppler. Essentially, I'm going to be using missiles against Fantoon, and if you've ever played this casually, which you might eventually see in this fight if it goes poorly, but you can only shoot him with 3 missiles before he disappears. But if you time your missiles to 300 BPM, you can while moving at him, you can continue to fire missiles at him without him closing his eye. So I have to shoot a total of 11 missiles that aren't the first 4 per round. There's also, it's random what pattern he can give you to open his eye, so we're getting a slow on the first round. Okay, yeah. I'd space those out poorly, so normally right there, he shouldn't have closed his eye. So this is going to be a 3 round. And we got 2 slows. So Fantoon is just being super nice right now. Three slows. Awesome. Thank you, Fantoon. I love you. You are totally not the worst boss ever. Yeah, I'm just going to take that. I messed up my unmorph. Alright, so the rarely seen 4-round Fantoon. I've lost count of how many missiles I fired at him. And it's 4 slows, of course. Love you too, Fantoon. Didn't even need to use a super. Alright, so we didn't die to Fantoon. Four slows, you know, no big deal. I'm only dying inside. Alright, so now the wreck ship is kind of powered up. We're going to do some item collection, and then we're going to head through the only other place that I am worried about. And it's called the Spiky Room of Death. I will give you one guess as to why it is called the Spiky Room of Death. So you'll notice every now and then, one of the weapon icons on the top will be flashing. And that is because I've actually held the item cancel button and then press the weapon select in order to, after I use, like, say, I do it for a missile, it will fire one missile and then it will cancel it out. Alright, so this is a Spiky Room of Death. Hopefully I get this strat. And, well, we got half of it. So if you get the proper bounce, you can bounce across that entire room in one bounce. It's also, that strat is particularly dangerous because without gravity, those spikes deal 100 damage. Alright, so here's another part where I could die if I'm not careful. So without grapple, we have to actually use a bomb jump in order to get across this gap to get to this E-tank, which I got. Thank God. Alright, so now I'm not worried. Is the I believe that is the only required bomb jump in this run, but I could be mistaken. I don't remember. Yeah, Ice Age, don't feel like you got to carry this weight by yourself. All right, so now we're heading up to the attic, which is a difficult room, especially the strat that I will be going for. I actually can't even remember the name of it. It's got a specific name that people came up with, but who knows. And I got it. All right, sick. Screw everything else up, but I can at least get that. All right, so these robots suck, but we're just gonna try and, yeah, just do that. I'm a wizard. Nope. Come on now. Thank you. That hurts a little bit. So I need to manage my HP throughout all of Wrecked Ship because I have to do a very long Shine Spark after the Wrecked Ship. And it takes, I believe, 220 health for this. Also, who missed that missile pack as a kid? This one is just freaking evil. Alright, so I'm gonna be going for a pretty difficult strat in this next room called Robot Flush. Let's see if I even get this first jump off. Yeah, I missed that one. I may have gotten that one. So the reason we leave Ice Beam and Spazer on in this route as opposed to early Croc, and people who don't want to do this strat also will turn off Ice and Wave, or not Ice and Wave, Ice and Spazer. With Ice and Spazer on, full charge shots in specific spots can actually reach two robots down underneath this section and have them start moving so that they will land in like their little hidey hole, so you can get past them without actually having to sit there and wait for them. I missed the first one for sure. I'm not sure if I hit the second one. And then the power bomb is just so we... Okay, I hit the second one. So if I hit them both, this guy would be in this hole and that guy is in that hole. And the power bomb is there is a little Chozo statue holding the missile pack. So that just gets that out of the way so we can just run through really quickly. Something I'm also doing through these like crumble blocks is I'm aiming down and then like immediately as I touch it, I'm turning. That's so I can quick fall through it without it kind of like stopping me. All right, so now we have the gravity suit. So now we are taking less damage. Another moonfall. Alright, cool. It's a fun little strat there, but it's a little hard to get for me sometimes. Alright, cool. I got it. I have no idea what I have in my reserves, but I'm just going to go for it. If I have to do a ship refill afterwards, then I will feel terrible. That might not have been good. Yeah. Oops. Well, that guy just ate a super missile. Alright, so I'm going to need at least 80 energy, I believe, in order to make this jump. Or this Shine Spark, I should say. Alright, so this is going to be the first wraparound shot, which, if you listen closely, a door just opened. What door, you may ask? Okay, cool, I have enough. At least I believe I do. It opened that door on the other side of the screen. Okay, cool. Whew. Didn't need to refill the ship. Not a fraud. Alright, so I took off Ice and Spazer because I'm going to be needing to do a special beam combo. Here, alright, hold on, let me not screw this up. I'm taking this slowly because if I screw this up, I lose a minute. Okay, cool. If you don't fall in the center of those, then you have to actually run all the way back around just to get the other missile. And it's terrible. So now we're heading back down to Brinstar. Get to hear my favorite music again. And we're actually going to be paying a visit to some animals here in a second. Yeah, totally. Totally forgot. All right. All right, so everyone say hi to the Eticoons. This will probably be the last time you see them. Oop. So we're going to be going for a tight mock ball out, so we can land on the other side without falling. Now, if I'm not bad, we won't be visiting the Decora. Okay, not visiting the Decora. Bye, Decora. Alright, so in this next round, we'll be going for a strat called Mission Impossible. It'll make sense here in a second. I do want to kind of focus on it because it kind of messes up how I do things if I miss it. So I'll probably miss it. All right, cool. So quick falling through those blocks. And essentially just holding jump lets us jump back out and do this route. Something you also notice I'm doing is I'll be getting the blue suit a lot sooner than I should be. That's actually using a technique called short charging. It's essentially, there are 4 points in time where the game checks to see if you're actually holding the run button for speed booster to charge. And if you aren't holding run and you tap run on those frames, then you actually shorten the amount of time it takes to charge the blue suit. All right, so we're going to be doing another, I actually don't know what kind of shot to call this, but hopefully I get this. Okay, cool. So I just fired a super off screen, shot a super block off screen, which you're not supposed to be able to shoot. Those are, I believe those are pixel perfect, but there are a couple different pixels you can stand on in order for that to work. Alright, so I don't know how long this run has been going, but do you guys remember that missile pack from, like, forever ago? Yeah, we're finally gonna grab it.
30 minutes later.
Mainly
Also,
because... just one
finish your
second. Yeah, just one. Mainly because we have to wait for that power bomb to blow up anyway to let us down here, so it's just faster to grab it then.
I see. So we have a $1 donation from Yoko Stress. That number was too nice. I needed to mess it up a little bit. So thank you for donating. It couldn't be a clean 4K. We had to sort of scrounge the numbers a little bit. You know what's funny is that in my head when I saw that, I was like, oh, I guess that's 69 cents that we had donated and like rounded up. You know, like, I was like, okay, cool. We were at 401. Okay, cool. Right, and then just a second ago, I was, oh wait, that was actually a donation. So thank you, Yoko, for that extra $1.
All right, so I'm gonna be going for a strat in this next room, called Blockbuster. It is actually kind of a hard strat to get. We are going to be trying to essentially open the door and mockball into the next room, or I should say speedball, because that's what it is. Yeah, but that's the problem you can have. Your shot will shoot that guy, and it's a sad day. So we're going to be making our way to Meridia, using the route that I always thought as a kid was the... I thought this was the intentional route as a kid, because this is how I found my way into Meridia. But, and to this day, like maybe last year at some point, I should say, I thought this was the intended way, until a friend corrected me when I told him that this was the intended way, and he gave me a hard no. Alright, so that is a difficult short charge to get right there that requires the use of stutter tapping. So essentially, stuttering on your D-pad in order to make Samus just kind of stutter forward a little bit to make that frame that you can press the run button on happen a little bit sooner. Everyone, I hope you can try and stay awake during this soothing jam. Alright, now I know people were driven mad by this missile pack. Because you can see it on the map that there's something here. Did they patch it out? Where's the frickin' missile pack? There it is. It's like even I can't find the thing. Jesus. I'm fraud. I'm sham. It's patched! They patched it! It's hard. Lewd. Move that missile pack in. That one. So there is a strat in Meridia that I normally go for that I'm going to opt out of doing. Mainly because if I mess it up and I don't recover fast enough, I can actually softlock. And I don't think that CC and CJ would like it very much if I softlocked mid-run. Also, who never came down here as a kid? I would not be enthused. There's a pretty tight mock ball you can get out of the, right through there, but it's kind of hard to get. Funny you say that. When it comes to this game and DKC2, I should say, I have no idea how I beat them as a kid. Alright, everyone's favorite mini-boss, Botwoon. In other words, he's a butthole. So this is a special beam cannon, or special beam combo called the X Factor. So pretty much if you have one of the beams on and the charge beam, if you equip the power bombs and just hold down the charge button, eventually you get a beam combo. Now, the X Factor deals the damage of a super for each particle, and there's 4. Alright, so I'm going for a trick called Full Halfy, but I got a bad down grab there. Yeah. I try to be quick about that. So if you do that properly, which there's a pretty tight window, you can actually Shine Spark across this entire room. But it requires you to get really, really good wall jumps up that wall. And also get a good down grab, which is like a ledge grab, but you just press down instead. And I got a pretty bad down grab, so I was like, yeah, I just got to be really quick and hope. And I just sparked into the ceiling. I love the atmosphere of Metroid Fusion. I don't like the speedrun though. At least, you know, I don't like performing the speedrun, I should say. It's a cool speedrun, but it's not for me. Alright, so now we got the Shrimp Dragon. We're going to be utilizing short charges, shine sparks, all that jazz in here. If you are doing old route or playing this casually, you can actually use the grappling beam to attach to those things and fry the shrimp when it grabs you. So we're going to be using an X Factor and a Shine Spark to deal a buttload of damage there. And I'm hoping to kill Dragon with a Shine Spark. Nah, a little short. So I'm going to give this one more shot. Yeah, okay. So I was going for something there called Spark Suit. I'll give it one more shot on the way out. It is a, it's like double pixel perfect or double frame perfect or some shit. It's unmorphing and then activating a Shine Spark like a certain amount of frames afterwards. Never mind. I have to break this next again. And what that does is if you store a Shine Spark and do that, then you'll actually just get to permanently store that Shine Spark until you either activate it like you normally would or like accidentally press up. It's silly. So you would use it right here to just Shine Spark back across the room, save some time. It saves a good amount of time instead of just space jumping across. So I missed the full halfy and the reverse full halfy, so that is fantastic. So this is where I would normally do that trick that ends with a soft lock. I'm still technically setting up for it, but I'm not actually going to perform it. You would speedball right there, and then you would pretty much unmorph right on top of some speed blocks, and just hold that blue suit all the way through. But if you lose the blue suit, then those speed blocks actually reform and soft lock you inside. So I re-equipped Ice and Spazer because Ice Clip is coming up, the hard trick of the route. And I de-equipped Variasuit. De-equipping Variasuit is specifically for setting up a glitch on Mother Brain. You don't need to, but the HP value for it is easier. Like, it's not easier, but it's what I remember. And I see everyone do it, so why not? Alright, so we're heading on over to... Oops, as soon as I find where the hole is. Heading on over to Ice Clip. Hopefully I get this first try. It loses 20 seconds every time I fail it. It's going to be in this next room. It is very, very, very specific. Alright, so here we go. Alright, cool. First try. If I can get on the freaking thing. Okay. That would have been disastrous if he would have freaking unfroze. I would have been so upset with myself. So we freeze that enemy in a specific space at a specific height, so that when we unmorph on top of him, we're sticking through that little block there, so that we can just jump through it. That saves 20 seconds if you do it first try. That probably saved me somewhere close to 10 because I couldn't actually morph onto the stupid thing. This is Shack Tool, everyone's friend. And do you know what we do with our friends? We brutally murder them. Alright, cool. Don't actually brutally murder your friends, people. PSA. You heard it here. This is Meridia is a very strange segment of the game, yes. All right, so now we have Spring Ball, which lets us jump in Morph Ball form. Don't worry, he's alive. Don't worry, he's fine. Oh, that's awkward. So now we're gonna head our way over to Plasma Beam. You know, I wasn't paying attention super hard to my super count, and that would have been hilarious if I would have gotten to that door with no supers. It would have been a laugh. We would have laughed. I would have cried. Alright, so in this room, we grab Plasma. We also have to kill all of these enemies for the door to open. I think there's a much, much harder strat now that saves like such a minuscule amount of time, but this is Super Metroid, so we're at that point where, well, and I fucked that strat up, but like pretty much every couple of milliseconds counts. I remember when I first started running Super Metroid, world record for 100% was 1 hour and 17 minutes. And now it is 1 hour and 12 minutes. Right, so I actually like this room strat if done properly. I know that not a lot of people do this particular way now because they want to farm the supers, but I just love doing this movement so much. So we're gonna grab this E-Tank. I saved this for now just so I have full health leaving Meridia in case something catastrophic happens. Alright, so I'm going to go for a really cool strat. It is probably my favorite strat in the game. I hope I get it. Yeah, alright. So that's a blue bomber. We essentially we do a speed ball, use the spring ball, and without touching that wall, actually, because if you touch the wall, you lose the blue suit. Just keeping the blue suit by unmorphing and holding an angle, you're actually able to just bust through those blocks like that. And it's such a cool strat. Now, if you don't suck like me, you can actually moonfall through the sand. But that was sadly one of the things I did not have time to practice. I did have 2 months, but I had a lot of personal stuff happen within 2 months. So in actuality, and this shows to me evidently in my play, I have had 3 days to prepare for this. It's like riding a bike, man. All right, so now we're going to be making our way down to Lower Norfair. Which, in any percent, is actually the most terrifying part of the run. But in 100%, you just really don't care. Also, another set of missiles that I'm sure no one actually got. I actually want to make sure I get this. You bastard. Alright, well, I guess we're going to do this the slow way. So who got these missiles as a kid? Show of hands. And this is the most evil set of missiles, because every single one of these platforms in this room is a crumble block. I know quite a lot of people who never learned how to ride a bike. They like fell off of it once and they were just like, nah, you know what? Never again. Yeah, I got no speed going on this one. This is gonna be fun. Oh, those missiles are the worst missiles. They are the most evil missiles in the game. Specifically because of those stupid friggin' crumble block platforms. Alright, sick. So that's a cool little damage boost right there. Just damage boosting all the way down. So fun fact, this game has a check in it. There's probably some other ones, but this is the one that's notable to me because in a double anti-bingo tournament, this is what caused me to be knocked out of the semifinals. This was a long time ago, too. This is when I was still new. So if you do not have space jump, you cannot activate this statue to lower this acid. So I'm going to take a little bit of a safety here, because this is another one of those, if I fall, I lose a minute. All right, so, hey guys. Should I just leave? You know, like, this guy's not doing anything. So in that precise spot on Golden Trees Oak, you can just stand there and you can walk away. You can just put the controller down, walk away, and he will never touch you. He got wobbled in his favorite game. Hey man, Samus is cooler than Ice Climbers. Right, so now we have screw attack. Now we're not afraid of anything, really. Alright, so these are the Mickey Mouse missiles. Bet you can't guess why. This is another pretty evil one. I wonder why it's the Mickey Mouse missiles. Strange. Man, somehow Kingdom Hearts is still getting into my video games. Can't escape it. So I will say, I don't know what it is, but it seems to be some sort of like minor bad luck when I run marathons, because almost every single marathon I've ever run, I've gotten hurt in some way, shape, or form beforehand. At SDAT, I had to have all my wisdom teeth pulled. At a different marathon, I like hurt my leg or something. But before this one, I cut my hand on some broken glass. Not badly, but I still friggin' hurt myself before this marathon. I just find that funny. It's like every single marathon I've ever done, except for like one, I've hurt myself somehow. Granted, the glass cutting thing was entirely my fault, but still funny. So now we got Ridley. In any percent, this fight's scary because it takes 60 shots. But we have fully upgraded beam. We're not afraid of anything, so this is going to take 20 shots. Alright, Ridley is just going ham. Oh boy, someone really wants to pogo. Someone was watching Thug and is just like, man, I really wanna learn how to do pogos. Alright, so by getting grabbed by Ridley after she is dead, or he, fucking whatever. I don't remember the gender of Ridley off the top of my head anymore. By getting grabbed after its HP is at 0, it will die faster, essentially. Instead of swooping around for a little bit of time, it will just be like, oh, I grabbed you. All right, I'm dead now. It'll be like, have a nice day, and you go about your way. So lore-wise, as we walked into that room, you will notice that the baby has escaped its container. What could this mean? Don't mind me, I'm just gonna go through platforms. No big deal. Just unlike most video games, walls and platforms are a suggestion. Ready, Ike? Kick the baby. Oops. All right, so now we're just doing some Lower Norfair cleanup. So we can get out on here and do the last little bit of our cleanup and head on down to Turian. And Turian is pretty much the main reason why I wanted hand cam for this, because the first and third room are actually a little bit intensive on the hands. If anyone's played Monster Hunter, especially the older ones like on the PSP, you'll be familiar with turning your hand into a pretzel to play your video game. Also, if you main Fox. Oh, would you look at that? I play Monster Hunter and I main Fox. Oh, God. Blip, blip. Man, why do my hands hurt all the time? I hate that stupid door. Thankfully, I actually never played the PSP titles, so I never had to deal with turning my hand into a pretzel to play those games. I'm sure Crunchy Brown could tell you all about it, though. He's like 90 years old. He's played them all. Alright, so now we're going to do the last little bit of regular Norfolk cleanup. Grab some stuff we didn't get on our first time through. We're going to go fight that silly little mini boss. That's going to be a big quotation marks on mini fight. Fight. It is in fact time for the utter devastation that is fighting Crocomire. Cool, I got that. I never get that. Cool little strat. Alright. So I want everyone to say hi to Crocomire. Hi, Crocomire. Bye, Crocomire. And he's dead. Alright, cool. Whew. So right now I am in that state called Spike Suit. So right now I currently have a stored Shine Spark. But unlike the reverse Halfy Shine Spark, I have to carry this one from here all the way down to Grapple, all the way up to X-Ray, without accidentally using it to save time. So many things accidentally use it. So you see me do some weird stuff like angle down before jumping, if I'm standing still. He gave it his best like always. Every time. I will avoid pressing R without jumping out of morph first. Oops. Poop. Alright, well, I have to be careful. careful here. Very cool. So we're gonna grab grapple. We're not going to use it very much, at least not for its intended purpose. We'll use it on a couple doors actually, because it opens doors faster than our shot or our regular shots will. Another reason why I wanted to do new route over old route is because grappling those little rippers across the ceiling proved to be really challenging to me for whatever reason, and having space jump here makes it free. So right there, I was holding R before I unmorphed so that I would not use my Shine Spark. Here's a little cool little spring ball strat for you. Whee! Just jump across that entire room with a speed spring ball. All right. So the other thing is, if I do a damage boost, I have to touch the ground before I let go of the A button, or else it will also activate the Shine Spark. Right there, I had to angle down before angling up, or else I would have also used the Shine Spark. So you're starting to see just how so many things will cause you to use the Shine Spark. Oh, wow, I actually got that. All right, just a few more rooms without activating the Shine Spark. There's only one more room where I'm actually worried about accidentally using it. No, yeah, two. Okay, that was one of them. I was going for a spring ball strat there, but I just messed it up, so. Of course, it registered my A input before the shot input. All right, so we lost the Shine Spark. Yay! Literally the room before I was going to use it. So you would use it right here in order to traverse this entire room quickly. Oh, wow, okay. Alas. No X-ray spark for me. Alright, so now we get the most broken item in the game, but also the most useless item in the game. Just all depends on what category you're doing. If you're doing a non-glitch category, it is useless. If you're doing a glitch category, it is great. So the X-ray scope allows you to stand up from a crouch by using it. And what that lets you do is you can actually shut a door on yourself and use the X-ray scope to climb out of bounds. The X-ray scope in 100% has one safety function, and it's the glitch I'll be doing in Mother Brain. If for whatever reason I mess up, I will permanently be locked in a crouch. And using the X-ray scope, I can stand up out of the crouch. All right, so now we are doing our last little bit of cleanup. hello, Samus. Thank you. If you wall jump off those little head things, they kind of just move around like that, and I have no idea why. I do not know what the function or purpose of that is. I guess it's supposed to be spoopy. So this is the Billy Mays room, because you've got these missiles, but wait, there's more. All right, I'll see myself out. There's another wraparound shot you can do there. Oh, I did get it. I just couldn't hear it. Sick. It is slightly hard to hear that when a power bomb's going off. So the cool thing is you can store your shine spark, and it won't count down while you're going through an elevator. So we can store this shine spark, come up through this elevator, and use it to get across the like classic Mother Brain room, because that's what this room is. It's from classic Metroid. This is where you kill Mother Brain for the first time. All right, now who missed these missiles? Hiding in the old Mother Brain room. Alright. Now with this super missile, there is one item left to get. And I wish I could say that it was like exciting. It's really not. It is, in fact, a missile pack. It is this missile pack. And that's it. That is the final item in the game. Hopefully. Oops. Alright, well that's one X-ray scope activation. Alright, so this is either going to be 100% or 99%. I'm not going to look. If you want to be safe, you can go to the ship and refill. And however many missiles and like super missiles and power bombs you have will tell you if you've gotten everything, along with of course all of the start menu items, but I should have all of those. So now we're gonna head down to Torian, where we're gonna fight a couple rooms of little mini Metroids, then fight Mother Brain. Of course. Let's see if we get 99% record. What is my current time at? I'm 1610. I might be overestimate. I don't know. I can't remember how long this takes. All right. Now it's time for Torian, where my hand shall become pretzel. Really? I'm gonna do grouping strats for these so I can get some more supers. Why I'm getting like no supers. Whatever. Alright, so this room in particular. Of course. Well, pretty much. Yeah, I have to use double claw, and it's all kinds of grand. And it's kind of hard because I'm trying to avoid menuing over to the X-ray scope, since for whatever reason they decided to program the X-ray scope to operate off of your run button, or I think it's just the B button. I can't remember if it's run or B, but it's so silly that they programmed it that way. All right, so let's see if I get this. Nope. Bad jump. Poop. Oops. Let me just reset that right quickly. No, I'm a little nervous about this, so I'm just gonna do this now. All right, I'm not under not under the HP requirements. Right. I'm silly. I forgot. I fucking hate this trick. Funny thing is, this is the thing I practice the most. There we go. We're fine. Alright, so Mother Brain, easy fight. It's 20 shots. Yep. So we're gonna take some intentional damage off Mother Brain here. Not done yet. Did I miscount? Probably like one or two more. There we go. Yep, when her head touches the ground after she is fully dead. So we're gonna get hit by this rainbow beam here, and we're gonna take a lot of damage down to 1.5 tank, which lets us stand up, take damage, and go down into range for her to shoot the rainbow beam again. But this time, we don't want to be on the ground when this happens. So normally we would not be able to stand here. Now what this is going to allow us to do is to deal damage to Mother Brain into her final phase, so that it will take less shots to kill Mother Brain at the end. So there's one more check. We can't start shooting her yet. Once the baby leaves her head, we have to jump again, because that's another point right there, where if we are touching the ground, we will be permanently locked to the floor. So all these shots I'm doing right now are dealing damage to Mother Brain. So I am going to be careful in this. It's hard to do, but you can soft lock on this doing the stand-up glitch. Samus is going to freak out there. I'm not going to go for a good stand-up because if you fire on the same frame that you get the hyper beam, you soft lock the game. There is a chance that it can unsoft lock itself, but it could take any between minutes to days. And the cutoff for the incentive is now. So are we saving or killing? Killing. Down with the animals. I'm also going to make a statement. I was hoping that kill would win so I could make an extra statement. Yeah, rude. Because not only are we going to kill the animals, we're going to do something I love to do. We are going to taunt them and fire missiles into the room. Ah! Die, animals, die! Leave no ammo left. And time. I don't even know if I want to know, but I'm gonna look. Oh my god, I'm 8 seconds overestimated.
Alrighty. 1:25:08. Well done, sir.
It was worth it to murder the animals.
Oh.
All right.
Oh my goodness gracious me.
So we've got some time before we figure out what the final percentage count is.
All right.
So we've got to get through the credits first.
I get it. Jake, thank you so much for closing out the marathon once again.
Well, thank you so much for having me back. It's an honor to be back. And I want to say this. So before SDAT, I didn't know CC or CJ, but after SDAT, I am like super happy that I get to call you guys friends now, because you are like some awesome fucking dudes and you guys do awesome fucking work. So
Thank
you know, thanks for allowing me into the marathon and through that allowing me into your guys' communities and being friends with you guys.
Hell yeah, man. Thanks for being our friend too.
Hell yeah.
So you just fall asleep.
I feel that, CJ. I've been up since 5 a.m. And it is 1 a.m. now.
Yeah.
Yeah, well. Yeah, I stayed in the bathroom in case any Oilers showed up. And,
Oh no, Shuli's never gonna give me a heart emoji again. Oh
Yeah.
no.
Never again.
no movements for you.
Oh, was it
Any
worth
closing thoughts, CJ? CJ, any closing thoughts?
think CJ died or fell asleep.
He officially knocked himself out.
That was fast.
I wonder. I'm legitimately concerned.
There
I asked
he
a
is.
question and you didn't answer.
Oh, sorry, I had to go get a bandit.
Oh.
Any closing thoughts? I'm really surprised. I'm not surprised, but it is humbling every time that we do something like this, and our expectations are blown out of the water.
Oh, super.
So to double our goal is pretty crazy, and I'm really proud of everybody and thankful, and honestly, y'all hit 4K, so I'll tell you that there is an SStat too. I don't know what else I can tell you about it. Is that we're working on it. The mockumentary is a cool idea. It just punctuates all the stuff that we're gonna do anyway.
I'm not a fraud.
I'm glad. I'm so glad.
I got 100%.
And so I think as long as there's you, there will always be Launch Party or SStat. It's not the videos, it's y'all. So the Speed Docs Twitter has an SStat stuff on it. Can someone ban Potato and then let's get the hell out of here.
Seriously though, $4,000 in a weekend with no overnights is seriously freaking impressive.
Yep. I'm moved. Thank you everyone out there who donated to the cause. Thank you everyone for showing up and supporting us, for hanging out with us. If nothing else, thank you so much for just being here. This stream wouldn't be any fun if there wasn't anybody in chat, and y'all have made it a hell of a good time. So thank you all for just participating and helping us out in this whole endeavor.
All right. I don't know if anyone's streaming at 2 a.m. on a Monday morning, so I think it's just I think this is it. I think this is it.
Oh yeah. If we want to throw it to anybody, I could start streaming here in a minute.
CC, come on.
Late night melee, let's go.
Well, I'd probably just do a just chatting stream just to hang out with people, but
Sure, go ahead.
Alrighty, y'all.
We'll vamp.
Vamp for a hot sec.
Make sure that you get rid of the SRT.
I know, I'm gonna change. I got it all sorted.
Yeah, CC's like, please. Sorry, Ika's like, please. I don't know what to do.
I don't go to bed this early.
Not during marathons. All right. All right, and then also we're taking a vacation. We're not working for 2 weeks. We're gonna just enjoy and be people again.
Absolutely.
A much deserved vacation.
Last 3 weeks have been awful. At one point, JR took a point to say, because we were working every single day on the video, whatever, and then with this, and it was like a Sunday afternoon, and we had worked all day, for every day for like a week and a half, and JR looks at me and says, we're not at the halfway point yet.
Oh God.
And it had already been like 10 days. We'd already worked 2 full weekends. He'd worked at my house every single day. And I'm like, oh God. And then I worked every night with CC after working all day at work.
Yeah. Well,
and knowing CJ's job, that is just oh.
It was a mixed bag. Some days I really caught up on my West Wing, And other days, I don't know. I don't remember anything that happened. But all right, CC, do you have your
I
side
am
hustle?
I am living. So let's go
All
ahead
right.
and sign off. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you from the bottom of our hearts. Thank you so much for hanging out with us tonight. And
If you
just this
want,
weekend. Yeah, go ahead.
yeah, if you want, you can watch our videos on YouTube. If you want, and you like what you see, you can tune into the channel. We'll try and do some more stuff. Try and be more active on Twitch. And if you want more of like kind of like just hanging out, the after launch party is happening right now on CC's channel. I guess this is a very impromptu, unplanned thing. I will not be there. My after party. I'm going to bed now. I fell asleep in the tub. That's not a joke. And yeah, no, you guys are awesome. I'm really proud of all of you and all the runners and all the little Zelda and Link.
Yeah,
And
it's thematical too. It's Wind Waker.
ooh, yeah. And yeah, like I said, thanks everybody for just being yourselves, and that's all I ever want you to be is just being yourself. All right,
All
have
right.
a good night.
Alrighty.
Bye bye.
Hey, already. I'm gonna dip out of
Hey.
here.